Hey YouTubers, welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going back into the Harbor Freight website and checking out some of the new tools that they've recently released. If you guys follow the channel, you guys know that when checking out the Harbor Freight website and checking out more specifically their new tools, the further you go down the list, the less new the items are. So the further you go down, the older the tools are. I don't know how long they keep them on the new tools list, but it goes on for quite a while. So we'll start at the top. That will be the most recently released tool or item, and then we'll go down to where we ended the last Harbor Freight new tools video a couple weeks back. First up, when we look at this first row, we have a manual tire changer at $60. I don't know if this is a brand new one. I know they've already had manual tire changers in the past, so I don't know if they did any upgrades or changes to this, or if this is just a new one in the lineup, but there's that. Then they have three items from Haulmaster. You're going to have three different options. You have a 3,000 pound capacity and a 1,500 pound capacity one. These are going to be the same width and length. The 1,500 capacity one is $150. The 3,000 pound one is going to be $200. And then they have one that's going to be a little bit shorter and an inch wider, so it's 13 by 77. It is good for 1,250 pounds. And that is going to be $120. The first two are going to be arched aluminum ramps, and then the smaller set is going to just be straight aluminum ramps. So then we have a new Hercules 15 amp 7¼ inch heavy duty circular saw for $100. This is a corded item. This is not a cordless tool, just so you guys are aware. This professional 7¼ inch circular saw delivers 50% more power for smooth cuts. Here's just a little bit of information on it. Like I stated, 15 amp. This is a 5,800 RPM motor with electric brake, all ball bearing motor, 57 degree bevel capacity with detents at 22.5 and 45 degrees. And just a little bit more information there if you guys would like to pause and read that. Here they compare it to the Makita on the right, Hercules on the left. $150 versus $100. Then they have another Vise. If you guys follow the channel, you guys know that I feel like every single time we do one of these Harbor Freight videos, they're either releasing new sandpaper, new cutting discs, or new vices. I know back in the day, vices were not suggested. I don't know anybody that actually suggested getting a Vise from Harbor Freight. There were not very many good reviews on them. But over the last few years, not only has Harbor Freight improved a lot of the quality in their tools, but they've released a ridiculous amount of new items. So I personally do not have any experiences with the vices at Harbor Freight. This is a very small one. This is a 2.5 inch table swivel vise for $25. It does have it's got 5 stars and 9 reviews. Once again, this is going to be for light duty use. Just some different images of it in use. It does have a clamp, but it also looks like it can be bolted to the workbench as well. So a couple different mounting options there. And here's just a little bit more information on that if you guys would like to pause. Then they have a gravity feed dual action airbrush for $25. Some more Bauer sandpaper sanding discs. They have a Union Safe Company biometric fingerprint handgun safe for $130. But the big thing to think about when it comes to these safes are they mountable, and how do they mount? Are they actually going to prevent somebody from just grabbing this safe and taking the safe and breaking into it? But $130, triple entry handgun safe. There's some of the information on it. Then they have an 18-ounce portable sandblaster gun kit for $30. I can't say I've personally used one of these. I've always used a cabinet for anything that I've worked on, but that's not a bad deal for $30. Next up, they have a McGraw air reciprocating saw, $25. If you're not one that maybe you already have an air compressor, but you might not use this tool enough to justify getting like a cordless one or a corded one, this little guy could be a good option as well. I'll just bring you down to the specs on it. Then we have the Icon 7-inch inline wire stripper and cutter for $25. It has 5 stars at 2 reviews already. I actually just looked at, I think Aries possibly just released or has one exactly like this, but they have a few different images. I personally have not used a wire stripper like this. This is an inline wire stripper. I have, I don't know, four different 4 or more different design wire strippers, but this is not one of them that I have experience with. So let me know your guys' thoughts on it. It is $25. Here's some of the information. And here they compare it to the Snap-on, and the Snap-on at $55 and the Icon at $25. Then they have a Doyle wire stripper and cutter at $19 for Nomex. Just a little bit of information on it. Here's a 4 cubic foot cement mixer from Bauer for $380. I do think they have a couple others. Yeah, here they have a central machinery one for $270, but that is now available. It's a 120 volt half horsepower electric motor, runs the drum at 24 RPM. Then they have the new Hercules portable bandsaw benchtop stand for $100. It has 5 stars at 9 ratings as well. This is the benchtop stand. Keep that in mind. You can turn just about any portable bandsaw into a powerful, precise horizontal or vertical benchtop cutter. This does not include the tool. It is just the stand, just so you guys are aware. Easily cut at multiple angles, 0, 30, 45, and 60 degree angles. Re-drilled mounting holes, clamp slot for securing the work pieces, durable steel construction. Then they have the Bauer 20 volt cordless half gallon chemical fogger. This is the tool only at $70. This fogger covers up to 10,000 square foot per charge. It's ideal for disinfectants, insecticides. Here you can basically see that. Sprays particles up to 15 feet away. Half gallon tank, lightweight design. Maybe if you want to fog your backyard for mosquitoes, I think that'd be great. And it's a pretty decent price as well, especially if you already have the Bauer battery lineup. Hercules 7-inch diamond cup wheel. Once again, I don't go into a lot of the sandpapers, cutting wheels, cutting discs, anything like that. I don't buy that type of stuff from Harbor Freight. Then they have the McGraw 6-inch dual action air sander for $40. So they released this and the reciprocating saw. Then they have the Hercules drilling universal dust collection attachment. So this could be very handy if you're drilling a lot of holes, dealing with concrete. I can't say that I've personally ever seen one like this, so that's interesting. And they have the 32-ounce refillable pressurized sprayer for $30 from Maddox. I'm not sure if something changed on this, but I know they've already had a Warrior rotary tool kit, so I'm not sure what exactly changed on it. It is extremely cheap, but I personally, if you guys are looking for an affordable rotary tool, I have the Wen, W-E-N, one that I got for I think it's like $20, and it's basically includes the same items, but I've had that thing for, I don't know, going on 6 years. It way outlasted my Dremel and surprised me big time on not just the quality, but the abuse that I've put that thing through, and it's been fantastic. So if you don't do a whole lot and you need a small rotary tool, I'm sure this one's fine for $10 if it's very minimal work. But I've had very good experiences with my Wen rotary tool. More sandpaper, another McGraw 1/4-inch angle die grinder for $30. Couple new tap and die sets from Icon. They have a metric and an SAE, both at $130. So this is tungsten moly, ultra tough steel. It's definitely not the nicest stuff out there, but it's going to be quite a bit nicer than some of their other sets that they have available at Harbor Freight. I had one of their cheaper ones, and it wasn't a very reliable set. So maybe this is a little bit better. It's obviously going to carry the price difference with that quality difference as well. I guess I will give this one some time, get some reviews on this, and see what people think of it, how its quality is, and its durability. And we'll see if this is a set that's worth purchasing. Because if you're a DIY or weekend warrior and you don't want to buy a super cheap set, because tap and die sets aren't necessarily something that you want to cheap out on, but you might not also need to spend $300, $400 on a super high-end set that you're only going to be using a few times a year maybe. And hopefully this turns out to be a good one, because I know I just did an Amazon video on the Gearwrench one. That one's a good set for basically the same price, and it's going to include both metric and SAE, and it's got the ratcheting T handle. So we'll see how this holds up, see what people think of it, and it may be a great deal. So we'll just have to stay tuned and see what people think. Then they have the Hercules 20 volt brushless cordless 1/4-inch die grinder. This is the tool only for $80. This one it's only got one review, but it is 3 stars, so it doesn't look like somebody was very happy with it. Okay, so they knocked off 2 stars for the trigger mechanism. It does carry a 5-year limited warranty, and here's a little bit of information on it. Up to 18,000 RPM, delivers up to 30 minutes of runtime with the 5 amp hour battery. I do like that they finally included what battery, because a lot of the times the tools will say this has 30 minutes of runtime, an hour worth of runtime, this many holes you can drill with this tool, but they never state what battery they're using. So it is nice to see that actually included with it. Vacuum attachments from Bauer for $5, a new Braun light. They're constantly releasing new lights. It's an 1800 lumen rechargeable waterproof tactile LED flashlight for $30, and the StickTech 1/2 inch by 20 feet of multicolor electrical tape for $3. They already had multicolor electrical tape, I believe. I know they had big rolls or a big set like this in just the standard black electrical tape. I don't know if this is another brand or just another addition to the lineup, but good to see that. Sometimes that is handy depending on what you're working on, so you can identify things. So that is it. I know we definitely went over the plate compactor in the last video, so quite a few new items. The tap and die set, the die grinder, McGraw released a few tools, the fogger, couple new icon items, Hercules saw, and some Hall Master items. So pretty decent little additions in the last couple weeks. So let me know your guys' thoughts. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.